Good evening, kids. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time for some doctor news. News from in and around the universe that may or may not affect you in some deep personal level that only your psychotherapist will be sure to deal with. Okay, but moving on. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at what we have in the news tonight. Matter of fact, some pretty interesting stuff because they've already got a synopsis now up for Face the Raven. And don't worry, it's just a general outline. It's nothing too specific. And unless you've had your head buried in the sand, you already know about this one part here. I'll tell you, I'll read it really quickly anyway. So you got your warning. Spoiler. There you go. Okay, the Doctor and Clara with their old friend Riggsy find themselves in a magical alien world hidden on a street in the heart of London. Sheltered within are some of the most fearsome creatures of the universe, and to shield her, with a death sentence hanging over their heads, not all of the intruders will get out alive. And this is the one written by Sarah Dollard. And she already admitted this fact right here at the one convention that, Maisie Williams' character would be returning in her episode. So Saturday, the 21st of November. And the thing is, like I said, it's kind of weird now how we're getting these synopses like 2 weeks or more in advance of the actual episode airing. Okay, but talking about that, Peter Capaldi will appear on the Graham Norton Show the night before A Face the Raven. And matter of fact, here, Doctor Who star Peter Capaldi is a late addition to the lineup of the Graham Norton Show just in just over a fortnight's time. But while there are no details yet as to exactly what Capaldi will be discussing, RadioTimes.com can't help but notice the program will air the night before Maisie Williams makes her return to Doctor Who. And of course, we already know about that. But he'll also be joined on the sofa by Tom Hanks, David Williams, and Duran Duran. And that'll be on... That usually airs on Friday night, so that should be Friday the 20th at 10:35 p.m. apparently. Okay, now let's get on to this week's episode. Zygon Inversion spoiler-free preview. Now, the only reason I'm putting this up, I usually don't like to put previews and whatnot up, but this gives you some interesting, little tidbits here. Don't worry, nothing really spoilery. These are kind of like teasers, so don't worry about it. All right, number one, this may receive our first 5-star rating of Series 9. And number two, despite what the clever teaser may make you think at first, this is not a concept episode. Number three, Doctor has a hilarious new explanation for an accepted piece of Who lore. 4, the Doctor has pinched a branding idea off of James Bond. The episode features one of the most blistering and intelligent and multi-layered speeches about morality ever delivered in the show. If there's any justice in the future, it will be regarded as one of the show's greatest moments. I'm dead, quote, I'm dead now, and I think I might be a bit more dead in a minute, end quote. There are some amusing revelations about names. Peter Capaldi gives his most compelling performance as the Doctor yet. At one point, he may even bring a tear to your eye, and it's not even a sad moment, just a really impassioned one. All right, number 9, quote, I'm not winking at you. 10, a question of age arises, and fans will be pleased with the answer. There's a line that's a gift for a trailer. This isn't being used in the trailer. Alternatively, the first line in next week's trailer should never be used in a trailer. Number 12, there are a few familiar props. 13, a very famous phrase from the original series is used, and it doesn't contain the word polarity. The Doctor does an impression of someone that only people old enough to have seen the Tom Baker era when it originally aired will recognize, and it's not someone from the show. There's a wonderfully emotive and beautiful shot of a Zygon changing form that doesn't involve special effects. There's pretty strong body horror at one point. More urban and less globetrotting than last week, but just as tense. Clara can't lie, even though she can. Osgood has made an offer she can refuse. And number 20, tightly directed, full of surprises, and with an unusual but very satisfying climax, the Zygon Inversion is one not to miss. So, interesting little lineup of bits there from the MCM Buzz. Okay, Publicity, the Zygon Inversion. Now, this is the photos again, but what they've done is this time they've included a little 2-line synopsis, and they've also included the air times and across various networks across the world and various dates and whatnot. So, if you want to watch it and you're in a certain part of the world, you don't know when it's going to air, boom, here it is. Okay, moving along. The Doctor Who Festival update. This is mainly to announce that they're including Jenna Coleman has been confirmed as attending both Saturday and Sunday. So she's going to be arriving. They've already got the scheduled appearances here. So that's basically what they're trying to say. This is just an update stating that Jenna Coleman has been, added to the list of celebrities for the Doctor Who festival. So interesting stuff. Okay, and if you want, tickets are still available to purchase right here. And the festival will also be traveling to Australia a week later, which will also be attended by Peter Capaldi and Stephen Moffat. If you want more on the lineup for that one, you're going to have to look that up for there. All right. Moving on. Now, this is the writer's room, and I thought this was very interesting. If you're interested in taking a look at the scripts for episodes 1 and 2, and you have Adobe, you're going to need Adobe Acrobat to view these. These are going to be in PDF format. Here's all this nifty stuff right here, and then you can download the script for each episode just to give you a feel of what it's like to write these things. Run through them. So, if I remember right, because of the format that they do use, because we've seen leaked scripts and whatnot before, you're going to see various directions, things like that in there. It's very interesting to actually read a script to an episode versus see it perform. So be sure to take a look at these if that's your kind of thing. All right, competitions roundup. These are the competitions from Doctor Who News that are currently available to enter, and all of these close on the 8th of November. So 5 days if you're interested in any of these. And here's a chance to win a digital download of Fall to Earth, a chance to win a DVD of The Underwater Menace. See, all this nifty stuff you can win if you enter these contests. And here's the instructions you need, everything located right here if you are interested in this. And lastly for today, on a sad note, we lost William Byrd Wilkins. A lot of people are going, who is this gentleman? He played the preacher in a town called Mercy. He was also in various other TV roles and whatnot. And sadly, he passed away at the age of only 50. Apparently, he was diagnosed earlier with pancreatic cancer. He chose not to undergo therapy because he said he, quote, wanted to live out his days without doctors and toxic chemo. So sadly, I'm sorry, it's way too young to lose an actor. Way too young. Okay, so keep in mind, we got the Zygon Inversion coming up this week. If anyone else is interested in sitting in with us on the Omega Files, you know how to get a hold of me. Just look down in the description box. There's my Facebook account. There's Twitter. There's also, you can message me here on the board. And sorry for anyone who got a late reply on that one, because sometimes I forget to check the YouTube inbox because I'm so busy checking the email box and what you call it, whatnot. But be sure to leave a message there. I will get back to you. Like I say, you can also leave a message to the Dr. Freedom Facebook, Twitter, or I even have my Skype address down there if you want to contact me via that route. So I'm more than interested in seeing some more fresh new faces hop up on the cast, as well as some old ones. So be sure to hop on in while you can. All righty. Well, until next time, folks, I'm out of here. So take care, ta-ta. Enjoy the rest of your night. See you on the flip side. I'm out of here, baby.